up, everybody? It is Life's Apprentice. Now, I've done several videos like this, how-to videos, but today we are actually in Indiana with the world's, or YouTube's most famous roofer, world's fastest shingler, Zach, with Veteran Construction. Look him up on YouTube. He has a lot of great videos and content on YouTube, and just a super cool guy. First time I've met him in person, and we spent about 2 days working with him on this big roof. And today I'm going to show you how to shingle around an exhaust vent. Now, this is an exhaust vent for like a furnace or a water heater or something along that sort. So now, this is an old boot. This is an existing boot. There's absolutely nothing wrong with reusing these, assuming they're in good shape. This one is. And we're going to show you how we do this. Now, there's one thing that Zach wants me to do that I don't do personally, but I want to show you guys, and I think it is a really good idea and a good way to do this. There's nothing wrong with the way that I do it. I use tar or sealant of some sort, and we'll show you how Zach does it. So first things first, we have our courses of shingles run, and we're going to run these courses up underneath this boot. As normal. This one we don't have to cut, it just barely fits. And this next one we are going to have to cut. So what I like to do is I'm going to butt it up with the shingle that's over there, and I'm going to put a line here and a line here, and then I'm just going to cut that out. You can measure this, or you can kind of just eyeball it. That should be good. So you see, we need to make sure that the bottom of this goes past this reveal line. So we don't want this showing, here. So we want to make sure that the shingle, wherever it lands, it's going to be different on every boot and every roof. We want to make sure that this reveal line here goes underneath here. So here we have to add another full course, like this one. And now we're just going to make sure, that this is level. Put a nail here just to hold it, and we're gonna kind of eyeball that, but it was leaning this way, so I like that a lot better. Now when we nail this, I'm gonna put 2 nails there, and we have to keep in mind where our seam's gonna end up. So our seam's gonna end up somewhere roughly in here, so we can put a nail here, and then when we nail this down, at first, I'm not going to nail past this reveal line. So I'm going to put one here. I'm going to do the same on the other side, like that. And then we're going to just nail this up. About 3, maybe 4 per side. Now, what I would normally do is run a bead of tar or a caulk around this. But what Zach wants me to do, and I think is a great idea, some people may already do this, is we're going to use ice and water shield, which is right here. Peel this first. And this is actually going to act as your sealant. So we're going to cut this up and around. And this doesn't have to be perfect, but the idea of this is to cover up these nails. And I'm going to bring this down to this reveal line. So I need to go just a little bit farther. That's what's really cool about working with other roofers, is you learn stuff like this, that, you know, everybody does things different, and his way and my way aren't exactly right or wrong, but it's interesting to see how other people do things. Now this, I'm just gonna nail it just so it's flat, and this will, with heat, will seal itself down. Now we need to get our other courses around this. So I go from the top when I do it. You can see our seam is going to be kind of in a goofy spot, but you can't really pick how this ends up. It just kind of ends up where it ends up. And then we are going to cut this around. Another thing I like to do, Chelsea, if you can go to this side.
That side?
Yeah.
I gotta walk around this way.
So I have my marks. I know that this is the edge of the boot and this is the edge of the boot. And now I'm just kind of mocking it up. And I know that the top of my cut is going to be right above this white line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut straight up. Straight up. And then I'm going to start rounding it right there. Now this doesn't have to be as pretty until the next course, because the next course is going to come down over this. But we're going to cut it just like that. Now we have to be careful when we nail this one, because we do not want to nail on this side of this, because it's going to be just in a bad spot. So this particular one we got to be careful with. So we're just going to nail this side. I'm not going to nail this side. I do have to trim this just a little bit. Yeah, the way that landed is really weird. So then our next piece, excuse me, the way this landed is kind of goofy, and I'm glad it did, because it's going to show you kind of, this is about as bad as it could have landed. So it's going to show you exactly how you want to do it, because the seam ends up in just a goofy spot on both of these. Now here I'm going to nail high. I don't want to go through this metal up here, so I'm going to nail that a little bit high. So I'm going to have to run a few more courses to get around this yet. Our next piece is lining up with this one, but we don't want to nail it right there. We don't want to nail it through this metal. Close. It's not going to blow off or anything like that. The way, like I said, the way this one landed is kind of goofy. So then this one, we need to get it to line up with that one over there. So gonna cut it, and there you go. We're gonna nail this high. so it's not hitting the metal. And then we're going to go about our day. Basically just like that. Your next shingles are just going to go straight over that. You can put nails down here. I don't know that it's going to be needed. But if you do put nails down here, you're going to want to tar over them. If you're really worried, you can tar around this. And then make sure around your storm collar, this is your storm collar, make sure that this is sealed properly too. And, you know, make sure you have the cap on and everything like that. And this will never leak. Never, ever, ever. So that's it for this one. If you like it, hit the thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And I will see you on the next.